Welcome back to the King Corner, the place for all things Bethesda.
He is the KingFanMan.
She is the Mississippi Queen. She's always late, and now her phone's ringing. What are you doing?
It was telling me that KingFanMan is live.
Oh, okay. I figured it was something like that. Hello, everybody. We are live. The KingCast is on the air for the 41st time. That's amazing. Good to see all you guys.
We're almost caught up with the presidents.
Isn't that crazy? Manos is here. Psycho is here. I know Scott's here somewhere because I've already talked to him. And the Queen is here as well. So good to see everybody.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes, there's advertisements going off on the KingCast. I don't know why they're doing that, but hey.
I know, right? What's up with that?
YouTube's got to make their money.
Oh, get bad.
I'm
just skipping the end.
I don't get any of it. YouTube gets it all, but that's all right. So how is everybody today? What's going on? There's storms and tornadoes going on in Arkansas, but if the internet
and Mississippi, and Texas and Louisiana,
if the internet goes crazy, that's why. Can y'all hear the Queen good? She is at the King's Corner. I'm actually at the King's Mother. So y'all just let me know if you can hear her. Hey, Vault Girl. Hey, James. Hey, Slacker. Good to see you guys here. Has anyone seen the trailer for Star Wars? No, nobody's seen that. Yes, we've all seen that, James, and it looks pretty good, actually. And I think
I have not, because I do not have television.
Well, it's all over the internet.
Yeah, well, I'm not that tech savvy. So.
It's everywhere. In fact, there's a new Star Wars game coming as well.
No.
Hello. Okay, what's your name? I can't read it. Queen, can you read that name?
I knew you were going to ask me.
I know. But hello. I can't read
it.
Cirky? Hello, Cirky. Hey, Tony. Good to have you.
Or Sirky. I think it's probably Cirky, but it could be Sirky.
If you're first,
or it could be Kirky.
If you're first time on the KingCast, hello and welcome. Mano says, Star Wars. Jaws was never my scene, and I don't like Star Wars. What does Star Wars have to do with Jaws?
They came out at the same time.
Hey, Seth, what's going on? David, hey, David, good to see you here. Yeah, you don't get to catch it that often. Great to see you here as well. What do y'all think about the new Star Wars? Chris Avalon is one of the writers on the new Star Wars coming out. That looks really good. No multiplayer. It's right. You know, it looks really cool. What are you laughing at?
We're so
stupid. Who's stupid?
You're the music guy. I know words. I don't know artists and titles.
Okay.
It was a Queen song.
Oh, okay. Can y'all hear the Queen, by the way? Because I sure can. She's right in my ear.
Okay, there you go again. You say, I want you on the KingCast, and then I come.
I'll love you on the KingCast. What if Starfield surprises and comes out the same week as Star Wars? Hey, anytime Starfield wants to come out, it's fine. I love it. Psycho says that they can hear you great, so that's wonderful. We're inching closer to E3. I would love to hear what y'all think about E3. Whether it's Bethesda or anybody or any of them. I'd love to hear your E3 predictions. As always, this is your guys' podcast. Anything you want to talk about, I'm ready. I'm ready and prepared. My memory may not be very good. I have been working on Sheepsquatch stuff all day. I've got a full spoiler Sheepsquatch review and deep dive. I go into the story and review it. I'm not going to talk about it on here because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't done it, but that's what I've been working on, so that's what's on my mind. I've got it about 2/3 of the way done, so hopefully that'll be done by tomorrow anyway. There's the Intruder Gaming. Hey, Scott, how's it going? Good to see you.
Hey, Scott.
James says, did you know that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order isn't using the Frostbite 3, but is using the Unreal Engine 4? Yes, I had heard that. I am really excited about that, actually. I honestly cannot wait for that game. That is a game I'm definitely going to get and try. Absolutely, 100%. Mano says about the new Star Wars game, no microtransactions, no multiplayer. Something is fishy here. Sounds like old school, and I like it, Manos. I love it. I hope to see that in the upcoming Bethesda games like Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6. Wouldn't it be great to go back to that? I hope we can go back to that. No multiplayer at all, no microtransactions. That would be great.
The chat.
Except for, and y'all are going to hate me for this. I know you're going to hate me for this. I have enjoyed the Atomic Shop. It's overpriced, yes, but I have enjoyed it. And I hate myself for that, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoy going. I enjoy looking for the sales. I'm worse than, well, I was about to be very sexist. I was about to say I'm worse than a woman going shopping every day in the Atomic Shop, but
that's because you have a girly side, and we know this.
But that's very sexist of me, so I won't say that. Hey, Zonder Bunny, what's going on? Mano says also about Blades, did they kind of ruin it with all the monetization stuff? Did you hear, though, Blades took down the paywall? So they heard the heat about Blades and they took down those paywalls. So I was very pleased to hear that. I hate that they were there in the first place because Blades is a great looking game. I've played it a little bit. You know, I played it this past year at QuakeCon. Great looking game. They had those paywalls and they've taken those down. So that is great news. So I'm hoping that it's much better now. Great news anyway. I can never trigger Sheepsquatch event even though I have the card. What? Are you serious?
Hey, Napoleon.
Psycho. Okay. You buy the card and you go and you put it into the, okay, there is a 3-hour cooldown period. You know that, right? You have to wait 3 hours. That's the only thing I know. And if you have you can only use a card once. Other than that, it should work.
I don't know how to off. I'm trying. Sorry.
James says, do you think Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order will release on Nintendo Switch since it's using the Unreal Engine 4? And did you know the Frostbite 4 doesn't support Nintendo Switch? I don't look for it to come out on Switch immediately, but I hope it does eventually. Absolutely. Bullet Girl says, I've been having trouble with it also. That's all I have left to record for the Sheepsquatch video I'm doing. That's strange. Other than the 3-hour period, I don't know. I did it the first time, and then I've done it twice since. And I mean, as soon as I put the card in, it fires up. So I've not had that problem. So I really don't know. And until now, I haven't heard of that problem. But I will look into it for you guys. So I apologize. Napoleon says, hey, Mississippi Queen.
I said, hey, I'm trying to get back to the chat. I had to silence something on my phone. Sorry.
Okay. Zonderbrunny says, may have to try the server hopping and hope for the best. Just Dom. Hey, Dom.
Oh, my gosh. Wait a minute, Ripple. You're going to have to wait.
Yes, we've already talked Starfield a little bit, Dom. We have. There's Jerry, too. Hey, Jerry. Good to see you. They should have done it hourly like Foshnot. I guess because it's a permanent thing, Psycho. That's why they're doing the 3-hour thing.
Hey, hold up, King. Hold up. We got cash.
Sinister said, didn't know you had merch. Yes, we do. We have shirts. We have hats, except
oh my gosh.
The only problem is my wife's in charge of it. And if you order one, it takes it's worse than the post office. You never get it. It takes forever. It gets lost.
That's not entirely true. No, that's not fair.
Like, if you're going to order it for Christmas, you better order it now.
That is entirely true. If you're going to order it for Christmas, you need to order it now. But in lieu of the cash,
my wife has a nickname. Her nickname is not the Queen; it's Nader.
You're going to start a fight right here on the KingCast. Do you want to compare apples to apples?
But I have
like to just do the show.
I have a mute button. That's the I have the power.
That's not
fair. Her nickname is Nader for procrastinator.
And I am not a procrastinator. I simply take care of the biggest fire first. I should be called the juggler.
Wait. Just Dom show what? You know something. Uh-oh, Dom knows something. What does Dom know?
No, I don't care what Dom knows. Stop. I have to take care of the cash.
Oh, yeah. Sinister gave cash. Thank you, Sinister.
Dom, you can fill us in a second. Hold on. Sinister, here we go. Everybody ready?
Oh, no.
It's Walter time.
It's Walter.
Who the hell cares? Okay, now Dom can tell us what he knows.
Okay, Dom, what do you know? Yes, you did mean to cause that, Sinister, and you're laughing about it. You did.
That's awesome.
Oh, let's see.
See, everybody loves Walter.
Everybody loves Walter. I don't think everybody loves Walter.
Well, the king doesn't love Walter, but everybody else does.
That's funny.
Wolfman says everybody loves Raymond.
Hey, Wolfman, come tell everybody hi. Wolfman is here. Y'all, everybody tell Wolfman hi. I had a lot of people asking about the Wolfman, where he's gone, if he left. And I've tried to tell everybody he's a senior in high school. It's hard to pin him down. Wolfman, hey, Wolf.
Hey, Dad, how are you?
No, I'm reading things here. Wolfman, hey, Wolf.
Saying hey, Wolfman.
Wherever you are, hi, Wolfman.
Hey, guys.
How are you, sir?
Fine, how are y'all?
Well, I am great. The Intruder says, I love Fallout 76 now more than ever. Easily beats Fallout 3, 4, and New Vegas for me. Wow.
Well, that's certainly a opinion.
That is a opinion. That's not your opinion, huh?
Nope.
You've not given it a chance, though. Man,
I mean, I could put a good 20 hours in it, and it's just not my favorite.
I'm not reading what Manos says. Dom says, I have recently found out that Starfield will indeed... The following comment was removed by Bethesda Softworks. Yeah. Vault Girl says, hey, you Wolfman. And there's Big T. Big T. I thought Big T had dropped off the face of the earth.
Like he left this world.
Hey, Big T. It's so good to see you. I hope you've been doing well. Dom says, yo, Wolf.
Yo.
Wolfman is graduating this year. In fact, we got his cap and gown. Our Queen got his cap and gown.
With the mouse in my pocket?
I said the Queen got his cap and gown. Sure did.
You should see what's going on over here that y'all cannot see.
Well, we can
try to make scrambled eggs and are failing miserably.
Making eggs, and the egg was stuck in the cart, and so she started ripping the cart. At which point, egg went everywhere.
Y'all are hearing my family.
You know, just another day in the life of the king's house. That, you know.
Manos says, Wolfman, what's the plan for college or after high school? And I can answer that. He does not know. He is the perfect. Well, what is your generation called? You're not a millennial.
Z? I don't know.
He's not a millennial.
No, he's not a millennial.
I can qualify as either.
Yeah, I know, but let's not go with that.
He is the perfect. He has no clue yet. So,
but he's thinking.
But hey, better to have no clue than wait.
Gen Z. No, he really doesn't. He doesn't know. He's trying to figure it out. Dom says, King, I've got to say, I've really been enjoying the new Sheepsquatch expansion. I have too. Real quick, I'm not going to give anything away, but Vault Girl says she's been working on a Sheepsquatch video. Again, let me plug her channel. She works overtime on her channel. Y'all, please go check out Vault Girl's channel. She's right there. All you got to do is click on her name and you can go to her channel. Y'all go and subscribe to her channel. She's awesome. She puts out Skyrim stuff, Fallout stuff, and
going into coding,
cooking stuff as well. But I'm working on a Sheepsquatch full review and really diving into the story because I'm not going to give you any spoilers right now, but a lot of people are being disappointed by it for some reason, and I really think they're speeding through the story and not getting into the story. So I'm trying to go into the story in my video, and I'm enjoying it more because I dive deeper into the story than I did when I played through. If you take the time to go into the story, it's so good. It's really, really good. I love the writers of this story because it actually ties back into Fallout 3. Did you know the Sheepsquatch quest line ties back into Fallout 3? There's the one thing I'll give you. Zoe says, tell him to go into code engine design.
I've taken an AP coding class all year. I know for sure that is not what I want to do with my life.
We will. Scott says we will get a Starfield teaser at BE3 2019. Boy, that sounds definitive, Scott. I'm not so sure about that. I think they're going to stay away from Starfield until it's time for it, and I think next year's time for it. That's just what I'm thinking. But Dom knows something. Dom says he knows something.
I've got news.
Yes.
Be careful saying like that.
Yeah, really, right. It's not that kind of
I can tell you, I am so ready for Starfield. Oh, I'm ready for Starfield. Go ahead.
Are y'all ready for my news?
Go ahead, Queen.
So today I registered you and Wolfman for the Bethesda thing at E3.
Uh-huh.
Only one problem.
Uh-huh.
They draw names. You don't automatically get to go.
Exactly.
So, Wolfman, we're trying.
So here's the thing, Wolf, one of us gets called and the other don't.
No, you're on together.
We're on together,
you can go register on your email address. Give me your email address and I can register you with it. And then KingFanMan can be your guest.
Oh, I forgot that you can't see my visuals.
But even if we don't get invited to the Bethesda showcase, we're still going to go. So
we'll just watch it in the room like we did last year.
We'll just watch the TV outside and have our mouths watering. Like, I wish I was in that room. Yeah. Dom says he's going to have a video soon, but he needs more to go on first.
You do.
I tell you what, Starfield. And I've been saying this for a long time. Y'all have heard me. I've not changed my opinion. I believe that Starfield is done. I believe it's a finished product. And I've believed that for a while now. I believe they are just waiting on the right time to put it out PR-wise with the other games. But I don't believe they're going to do it this year. I just don't think it's the right time.
Are you going to do a video on the Borderlands remaster?
Borderlands 3?
No, the remaster that came out, and Borderlands 3.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until the Borderlands 3 and do it all. Just Dom says, what I was going to ask you last week, but you just left. Are you going to attend QuakeCon this year? Yes. Absolutely. Good Lord willing, absolutely. 100%, because it's not that far at all for us.
It's 4 hours.
Yeah, Dallas is 4 hours away. So
3, depending on who's driving.
When is it? Do y'all remember?
In fact, they're already advertising QuakeCon. It's in the summer, but I don't remember exactly what month it is.
It's not to be the week of 4th of July.
It's July, but it's not 4th of July.
After?
It's like 17.
Oh, perfect.
And James asks who is interested in the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. James, I already told you I'm really excited about the Star Wars game. I honestly want to try that. Chris Avalon is a writer on it. That is going to be an awesome game. No multiplayer, no microtransactions. I mean that. Anytime. No, anytime you have Chris Avalon as a writer, you know it's going to be very solid writing.
Isn't that what they said about 76? Was that it wasn't going to have microtransactions?
No, they always said it was going to have microtransactions. That's how. That's how they were going to pay for it. They always said it was going to.
I don't know why I had it opposite in my head.
Because you're dyslexic.
No, they said it's all the content was going to be free, but it's going to have microtransactions. That was always the way it was going to be. No, Chris Avalon, in my opinion, and I'm not down in any other writers, but he is at the very top of the list when it comes to game writers. I can't think of anyone else that I would put above him. Now there's some great writers out there, but Chris Avalon is right at the top when it comes to writers. He was one of the writers on Prey, and Prey is excellent writing. Of course, he was one of the writers on the original Fallout, Fallout 2, and Fallout New Vegas. So, I mean, he is top notch. Hey, Ripple, what's going on? Everybody say hi to Ripple.
She left.
She's here.
Hey, how are you? How are you, Ripple? Manos says, I highly doubt EA is not going to ruin it somehow. No microtransactions, maybe dozens of $40 DLCs. They'll figure something out because that's what they do.
Doesn't matter if they're a dozen $40 DLCs as long as they're good.
Ripple Big T says hi, Ripple, and Psycho said hi, Ripple.
She said hi.
Okay.
Y'all got to talk loud. They forget that they have to talk loud on it. Your daughter. You are his daughter. I said yours. Why did it go quiet?
What did you say, Wolfman? Mano said you were very true. I didn't hear what you said. Vault Girl said, "Hey, Ripple."
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there are dozens of $40 DLCs as long as they're good.
Yeah, I absolutely.
As long as they're not Wasteland workshops, they're fine.
Yeah, I don't mind the DLCs. Absolutely. And again, like I was saying on the microtransactions, and y'all are going to hate me, I don't mind the microtransactions as long as they're not the pay to win and as long as they're not overpriced. If they would have treated Creation Club, now I think it was totally done wrong, but if they would have added good content to Skyrim and Fallout 4 to keep those games alive, I would have loved that. To add quests, to add things to make those games keep living, I would love that. But now to just make it paid mods, no. I think that's terrible and tacky. Don't you agree, Wolfman?
Well, it's kind of hard to make paid mods when there's such a bigger database for free mods that are way better.
Absolutely.
Mom's playing a video now, so if you hear a random ad about a vehicle, you'll know why.
No,
now there's an echo. It's great.
I hate the idea of the paid mods and how it went. But I was really
just hold on.
I was really excited about. And by the way, the newest entry to Creation Club, Wolfman, tell me, remind me what the one was for Skyrim. It was the quests. that just came to Skyrim.
Okay, now I'm gonna have you repeat all that because Mom took the iPad and took it away, and I didn't hear a word you said.
Okay, remind me the quest that came to Skyrim through the Creation Club. It was just a couple of months ago. Remember, it was the Dwemer, and it was a really
like the 4 seasons.
Yeah, the 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Now, see, that kind of thing is great. If they start doing that kind of stuff through the Creation Club, I am all for it. It's like a mini DLC type thing with very good either mod authors or Bethesda guys doing it. I love that, and keep those games alive. But if it's just paid mods, no. Hi, Jack.
And it's really hard to sing the praises of Creation Club when, for the longest time, the only decent mod on Skyrim's Creation Club was a painted mud crab. So,
yeah, absolutely. Big T says he's still playing Anthem. If anyone wants to yell at me, no, absolutely not. In fact, it got heat just like Fallout 76 got heat, but I still to this day want to try Anthem. I think it's got a lot of upside to it. And I think the heat that both of those games got, in a lot of senses, was way overblown and silly. I really do.
From up here, all the complaints about Anthem are same Sea of Thieves have. It's just not deep enough at release.
Not enough content?
Not at release, no. At least that's what I've heard. Big T can probably say, how is the game now, Big T? How is Anthem going? Did it have like stability issues and that kind of thing as well? Was that some of the problem? I mean, anytime you're going to have a multiplayer type game, you're going to have issues right off the bat. I mean, that's... Well, here's the thing. It was also designed for the newest Xbox, but it can play on the oldest Xbox ones. So it depends on what system you're playing on, how well it will run also. So it was developed using the X's tech specs, if I remember right.
It looks like a super fun game, and it was a game that was very high on my list to try and to play. I just had too much to play, quite honestly. And with my schedule of 76, I just couldn't fit it in. Big T says it has some minor bugs with loading screens. Again, when you have a multiplayer game, and I'm not defending all these games, but you can look at a game like World of Warcraft that is 14 years old, and you can go to their complaint page. They have a daily complaint page, and it is full from top to bottom with server getting bounced off the server, with bugs, with all kinds of things. They're 14 years old, and they're still having issues. When you're dealing with multiplayer and internet, you're going to have issues.
Hey, King.
And sometimes it's not the game itself. Sometimes it's internet issues. Yes, Queen.
Jack says he can't wait to play 76 with you and Ghost.
Yes. We get to talk to Jack a lot. Zoe says Creation Club would have been better if, number one, no mods were restricted and all were allowed. Number two, the creator's choice of pricing, even allowing free to be an option. Number three, the ability to filter and subscribe. I agree with all of those. Hey, Ghost, by the way. Ghost is on. There are some amazing mod authors out there that I agree deserve to be compensated, and I love that. I love the idea of Creation Club, letting them be partners with Bethesda and getting paid. That's another reason I like Creation Club, or part of why I like Creation Club. But again, there's just so many problems with the way it's been installed and used. I think we could get a list of about 10 or 20 things like that, Zoe, to make Creation Club better. Me and Wolfman's come up with a bunch of them, hadn't we, Wolfman, to make Creation Club better?
Don't put me on the spot trying to remember.
No, not right now. I'm talking about since Creation Club has come up, we've come up with a lot of those ways to make it better.
Oh, Scott's holding the baby.
Oh, the baby girl.
And all the girls on the stream are going, oh. And some of the kings just afraid to say, oh.
Oh. Mano says, I got a little multiplayer fatigue lately and started playing Grim Dawn. It's a ARPG like Diablo for those who don't know it. An ARPG, that's for retired people, right? It's a joke. Big T.
Nobody laughed.
I know y'all will get it in a minute. Everybody's laughing online.
I thought it was fun.
The whole internet's shaking because they're laughing so hard.
Oh my gosh, yeah, right.
Big T says the loot drops are the most disappointing, but that's okay with me because I enjoy the grind with it. I'm the same way with Fallout 76 and the stuff with the Atomic Shop. I haven't paid a dime, and I'm not belittling anybody that has, because it's fine. I actually have with Creation Club. But if you grind just a little bit, you can do the challenges and get all the free items you want. So, Heath, hey Heath, I always look at that name and have to stop and think for a minute. Post-apocalyptic Pep, who's that? You need to change your name because I can't remember. That's Heath. How you doing?
What's he talking about? Apocalyptic?
What happened to Uncle Pete? He was actually at the deal the other day in Boston. Did y'all not see him? He was on the Elder Scrolls panel, so that was really cool. It was cool.
And post-apocalyptic, I'm embracing the AARP stuff because
I'll get you some black balloons.
You get me some black balloons because here's what that means. That means we're going to be saving money.
Us older gamers. Yep.
Woo-hoo!
I have to tell, Scott ran into somebody in Fallout 76. How old was he, Scott? That was neat the other day. I think he was like 76 or something like that. But it was kind of cool. 74. Okay. 74. That's really neat. And he tried to tell him about me and my YouTube channel, and he was like, I know YouTube.
So I don't know, but I'm going to throw this out here. We got a new sub to the channel, and I don't know if he's on or not, but maybe he is. So Jackson, if you're on here, hello.
Hey Jackson, good to have any new subs. By the way, good to have new people. And by the way, if you're not subbed, hit that subscribe button. And by the way, y'all hit the like button. Sometimes we forget to do that. Zoe says, I just want the Elder Scrolls 6 settlement system to be like the Forest building or better than that game's. Those are my expectations building wise. Psycho says, why not? I'm 51. Hey, I'm younger than you, Psycho. I like that. I like being younger than somebody.
That's funny.
What do you mean that's funny?
You like being younger.
I'm younger than you.
Not saying much.
I'm younger than the Queen, y'all.
And no one heard the joke.
Yeah.
That's great.
I heard your joke. Your joke.
Did I make your coffee good?
So you make a joke and think it's hilarious about ARPG, but when I say that, you don't laugh.
Because it's about me. That's why.
Zoe, however, is more in your age group, and she thought it was a good burn. So
speaking of the settlement building, and I know we've kind of touched on it before, but
hard to get there, Zonder.
But since Starfield is coming out before Elder Scrolls,
how sure are we that the settlement building is going to be in Starfield? Are y'all absolutely sure that they're going to put the settlement building in to Starfield? I believe it's going to be in there. I hope it's going to be there. I really love the settlement building, and I think most of the community loves it enough.
He loves it so much he makes the same box every single time.
See, hey, you look at my house now. It's not a box. It's 3 boxes.
It's a rectangle.
It's 3 boxes put together.
Ghosts were playing, and Ghost took off and left him, and all I could think was, "There's King back there squatting, looking around."
the slow guy. I'm working on going to the doghouse. Hey, that's why I'm not home, so I can say these things. That's why.
Yeah. But remember, you want to come home.
Heath says, unless Psycho will be 52 next month, he's older than him. Mano says, remember, I called it months ago in Starfield, you build your spaceship or space station or whatever with 76 building systems. See that, Manos, that's what I've said too. I don't know which one of us said it first. I believe you're going to have a space station and you're going to build up your space station. I do. I believe that as well. And I believe that's what you're looking at in the trailers, that space station. Zoe says you should really look up the forest now that it's next gen right there. Was actually impressed with that. Yeah, I want to look that up. I don't know that much about it, so I want to see it. And I know this is coming out of nowhere, but it just reminded me of it. I really think, and this is just my opinion on it, when this new nuclear winter hits Fallout 76, I really believe the building aspect or the camp aspect is going to be a lot more important, because I believe you're going to have to build shelter to stay warm. It's going to be part of the survival right off the bat. So that's going to be fun, I believe. Zonder says, if there is settlement building, I'm guessing in Starfield, I'm hoping it's easier to snap things together than in Fallout 4 and 76. The Intruder says, has anyone else played Blades? I have.
I have. Do you believe that?
You have?
Yeah, I've got oceanfront property for you guys too, if you believe that.
Oh, you haven't played it. The Wolfman played it.
I swear only like 5 people got the reference.
No, more than 5.
Me and Wolfman's played it, and
Who got the reference? Sound off. Oceanfront property for sale.
Okay, you can't say it again. That's cheating.
Everybody. Yes, we all know that reference. Zoe said, Queen, you should talk King into going on a spa day. Yeah, I need a spa day. I like that, Zoe.
And by spa day, we mean beach day. I totally need that.
Let's go to a creek.
No, a creek is not a beach.
Tony has Blades on his phone right now. By the way, on my Twitter page, they released.
There you go, post-apocalyptic. You got me.
They released it just yesterday. Blades has an updated list of devices that you can put Blades on. So
you play on my iPod.
I don't know. They just released an updated list. So I know it's on the Android now. It will go on the Android.
What about my Android color?
So I know my phone is still too old. I don't even know where my phone went. But
Walkman, even I know that.
Queen needs to get me a new phone so I can get Blades on it.
Oh my gosh, Queen is using a Moto Z. If anybody needs a new phone in this house, it's Queen.
Do you know how many new
phones? I'm trying to get transmission.
Do you know how many new phones you've had since I've had a new phone?
Look, Ripple. No. We were all on the same phone. Ripple has my phone because remember there was that little debacle in Lake Erie with her iPhone. She has my iPhone.
What is this? Like a 3? I don't know what it is. What is this?
Oh, please.
6.
We all got them on the same day, King.
Dad, it's a 6.
We all got them together.
I did get this when I played Blades. You remember that, Wolfman? We got those free when we played Blades?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you still have yours?
Yes, he's got that exact same phone.
No, the little thing on the back when we played Blades.
Oh, I was like, we went to Sprint and got those phones. That was maybe my first mistake. We are not sponsored by Sprint, by the way. So
We'll quit saying it then. Tony says, I have a Galaxy 7. The graphics aren't the best, but it runs good. How does Blades look on it? I'm telling you, Blades is a gorgeous. As far as the graphics go, the graphics are gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Then again, you played it on brand new iPhones. So, I mean,
what was it? The 10 we played it on?
On the X Plus, I think.
The first thing me and Wolfman did when we started up the phone and Blades, we both went, wow. I mean, because the graphics were like, they just knocked our socks off.
I just snorted, did you?
I swear, you like it.
I know, you're so funny.
I'll make those jokes all the time. No.
Do y'all hear what?
Those jokes all the time.
Do y'all hear what I live with?
What?
I was talking about Blades. The graphics depend on how new the phone is. Mine is 4 years old, and I was wondering how it looked on yours. Is it how good? How good does it look on yours?
Who are you asking?
Tony.
Oh, I was like, Wolfman's phone is 4 years old too.
Pay attention, Mom.
Pay attention.
I got lost.
It happens a lot.
It does happen a lot.
Just asking, how many of you, and I don't know why we haven't even talked about this. Of course, y'all know Rage is coming out in a month, but Doom is also coming out very, very soon. Doom Eternal. Are any of you guys the least bit excited about Doom Eternal? Are you going to get Doom Eternal?
No, you can move on.
That is a game I'm definitely going to get. I love Doom. Doom is a classic. You got to get Doom. But just wondering how many of you guys are going to get Doom. Those are two. That's both id, and we're both going to. We're going to hear about both of those games this year. What are y'all laughing about?
No, nothing. We just turned on the camera and saw you. That's all.
Yeah, you're funny.
Somebody in this house, not me, needs a shower. And I got a whip.
Y'all are so funny. Psycho says no.
You know,
no Doom for me.
Yesterday.
I'm not a Doom guy either. Oh, really? Come on, y'all. Doom is like the classic.
Is like the bomb.
I mean, it is the classic first-person shooter of all time. The way I use Doom now, I don't play it all the time because I'm an RPG guy mainly. But when I need a break, I will go play, just go play Doom for just a little bit. But I can't play it very long. Because it gets to me after a while. It'll stress me out and make me start hurting. It is so fast. Let's see. Zoe says, King just sitting there talking games. Queen and Wolf start arguing about if a banana is a fruit or a berry. Yes, that is what I live with. Hey,
but I am not here for gaming content. I am here for the other two conversations that go on to fill in the dead air. But Zoe, Ripple cannot eat bananas. Did you know that? How weird is that? Or kiwi or what? What's the other one?
You're not missing out much on bananas.
Strawberries.
Sonic, I need some tea.
He needs some tea, people.
You got a tea maker.
So, do I not have any Doom fans? Big T, are you going to play Doom? I know you're a Bethesda Softworks guy. Doom, Rage, anybody? Am I the only Doom and Rage guy?
Likes Doom. Zoe likes it.
Okay, Zoe. Am I the only one going to be playing Rage and Doom? Me and Zoe's going to play Rage and Doom. That's it.
Zoe likes it. Zoe likes it. Okay, Zoe. Zoe likes it. Okay, Zoe. Am I the only one going to be playing Rage and Doom? Me and Zoe's going to be playing Rage and Doom. That's it.
Doom is great. The Skyrim Lord. Hey, Skyrim Lord.
Oh, Tony's been a Doom fan since the 90s. Tony must be our age.
Nicholas loves Doom. Can't wait for Rage 2. I can't see. I can't wait for both of them. Hey,
Well, girl, you'll like Rage 2. Hey, Skyrim Lord.
Manos, you didn't play the 2016 Doom? Oh man. It is so fast. So fast.
Tony, you're only 37 and you played Doom in the 90s? Were you like a kid playing?
Yeah, Doom 3 was very scary, very dark.
I got 10 years on you, bud.
Doom 3 wasn't the best. It was my least favorite of all of them. But now Doom 1 and Doom 2, I can still sit and play them for hours. The original Doom was probably it wasn't the first game, but it was one of the first games I would sit and play up all night long.
Vault Girl, anytime, honestly.
Nicholas, you are absolutely right. So smooth, so fast. It's the epitome of the best shooter. Absolutely. 100%.
5:30 Central Time.
I am on a call at 5:30 Central Time every morning. You can get me at 5:15 every morning, or you can get me at 6:15. But really, anytime.
Manos, talking about stress,
or call me.
I understand that fully, and that's why I can't do it very long. I can't do it like I used to. It gets my lupus hurting, and I'm surprised I can do it hardly at all. I can play for about an hour, or maybe even less now, because I really, really will start hurting. But I will take a break from Fallout or Skyrim. And when I say take a break, after playing Fallout or Skyrim for a month, I'll play Doom for an hour, and then I'll go back and play Fallout and Skyrim for another month. That's normally how I do it.
I don't think you understand the meaning of break.
Yeah, I know. Fallout and Skyrim consume my life.
I think that Elvis hears his daddy, and he's just like hanging out right here with his head up in the middle of the whole podcast.
Hey, Elvis, what you doing? Hey, buddy.
He's looking at you.
Hey, Elvis. He misses daddy.
He's a little wet, so if you were here, he would start shivering and acting like it was just awful.
Daddy ain't been home for a week. Shadow Warrior is awesome too. Yes. Oh, I'm way behind on the comments. I'm sorry. Let's see. Remaster may not be the right word. Remaster of what? I'm sorry, Zonder Bunny. I missed what you was talking about. Zoe says I could annoy King by talking about how Bethesda should release Arena and Daggerfall for the 50th time. Tony says he was 10 or 11 actually. Got his years mixed up. Zonder Bunny getting through that first level on the hardest difficulty, so many tears and swears. Vault Girl says okay, was afraid to call at the wrong time. Now
seriously, babe, we're having like 3 conversations.
Yeah, I know. Manos, Rage 2 will hopefully be more chill, even though all its absurdity because of the free roaming open world element. I mean, you're losing, you run away. Yeah, Rage 2 looks really cool because you have the RPG elements and the first person shooting. I think it's going to be a perfect blend of both. I can't wait for Rage.
My gosh, y'all. What's your name?
Zoe says her problem with Rage 2 is it looks really easy to her.
Wolfman is on his 3rd cup of coffee during this podcast. This is why we don't let him on.
Oh,
he makes me broke on creamer.
He does that too. He does that to tea as well, doesn't he?
Yes, he will drink nonstop during the whole thing. He goes, when I talk, my mouth gets dry.
Rage 2 is a solo. It's not a multiplayer. It's a single player game. Single player game. So
Well, I want to play something fun with you guys.
Well, I'm still waiting for you to play Fallout 76, but you know what happened? You know what happened? You know what? You know what my family did? They lost our second copy of 76 on Xbox.
I don't even want to talk about it.
So now we can't play each other on 76. Yeah.
I think we gave it to doubleheader.
Yeah.
I really think that's what happened.
Yeah, we lost it somehow. So we are down a copy of 76. So
we are, of all the things I mean, y'all would be amazed at all the games we have, that aren't important. And the important one is we have looked under furniture, under consoles.
Listen here.
We have moved everything.
Listen here.
Hey,
I have an incursion. I have a gaming incursion. I sell all the games I haven't played at least 3 times in a year.
Hey,
so I can buy for a new game.
Hey, Scott, are you still on the Intruder Gaming?
I think during Christmas somebody put a game in the wrong case.
That's funny that you look at me because I know
it wasn't me because I don't put games in the wrong case. Movies, yes.
You don't put games up.
No, Rissa doesn't put games up.
Scott's still here. He said yes.
Okay, I'm going to call y'all back. I want to get Scott on the line too, if you don't mind. So I will call y'all right back.
I see how you feel.
So you're calling us back, or we need to call back, or we need to stay off?
I'm going to call you back. I'm going to try to do a multiple call.
Okay.
I will try this anyway. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try this. Y'all, bear with me here. How do I do this? How do I do it? I don't know how to do it. Y'all just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Okay. Add to group. Very good. Hey. I think I did it. I think I did it. I think I did it.
Hey, King.
Hey. How are you? I think I did it.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Scott, are you there? Scott.
I don't know.
Scott.
I don't see him.
Scott.
Did you lose him?
Scott.
Oh, he's on. I mean, I see his name.
This is why you keep old chemistry homework.
Okay. Manos says the reception for all the race trailers has been quite positive so far. Hopefully they won't mess it up.
Sorry.
Hey, there's Scott. Good to have you, Scott. Y'all know the Intruder Gaming. I wanted to get him on before the podcast was over. Thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. Let me get caught up on the people real quick, and I'm going to talk to y'all all together.
Apocalyptic wants to know if anybody tried ESO. Not me, because why, people? I am not here for
gaming
together, gaming content.
Unless it's Candy Crush, she doesn't know.
Oh my gracious! Another flood warning.
Yeah, we're having storms through Arkansas. Mano says, I think the only way they're going to mess it up is if the open world feels empty. If it has a ton of random activities to do, the game's going to be golden. Yeah, I don't know that much about Avalanche. I haven't played, what is it? Gosh, I just went blank. The 2 games that they've, I just went blank. No. Garrett, what are the 2 games that Avalanche did? I went blank.
I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head.
Manos, tell me what are the games that Avalanche has done. But anyway, I haven't played the Avalanche game, so I really don't know that much about Avalanche's stuff. Just cause, thank you. Thank you, 3 Dog.
Hey, Vault Girl said, don't forget to go hit that like button.
Yeah, thank you, Vault Girl. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, Three Dog, Just Cause, and Mad Max was the other one. But I can tell you, as we were talking about Doom, you're not going to get any better shooting. The smooth action that id does, those are going to be great. It's how they work together. We're just going to see. I mean, this is an experiment. This is just going to be a wild experiment to see how these companies work together. So I'm intrigued. Scott, have you ever played Just Cause or Mad Max or any of those games from Avalanche?
I have not.
Yeah, I haven't either.
So Manos has, and I have discovered that as much as I love Manos, he is just like my king. He's a pessimist. Said, let me get you up to date on Avalanche and Just Cause. Just Cause started awesome. Countless things to do, but it started deteriorating, and eventually Just Cause 4 released last December. It was empty and boring. How do you really feel about it, Manos?
Nicholas, I think Starfield is only 1 year away. I really believe next year is the year for Starfield, and that's not just wishful thinking. I think it's going to be announced next year at E3, and it will release next November. That's what I believe. Now, Scott, who's on the line with me, he thinks we're actually going to get a teaser this year at E3, right, Scott?
Possibly.
I
don't know. Just Dom seems to think that that's not the case, and he's probably got some insider information that I don't have.
Well, I don't think we're going to get a trailer this year.
Zoe, I'm going to look for it. Hold on.
I really think they're going to promote 76 this year and be real tight-lipped on everything else. And next year is going to be all about Starfield.
So
perhaps.
Y'all go ahead. Sorry.
I've got a lot of things that I've thought about on this, but I don't really know necessarily the inner workings of Bethesda game studios. But you never know.
Yep.
We'll see here in a couple months.
Well, there's a lot of things that have pointed to this game being finished or almost finished for quite a while, and I've told y'all this for a long time, that this game appears like they almost presented this game back in 2017? Was that the year that was so short and everybody got mad and all that happened?
Oh, yeah, that was 2017. Hey, Zoe said, so King, I've noticed a lot of people want a Dark Souls type combat for the Elder Scrolls 6, and I couldn't refuse with that more personally, as I have a far better combat in mind. What do you think?
I would love to see Bethesda improve their combat, obviously, over Skyrim. That was one thing that was very much lacking. Now their bow and arrow and all that was great.
But here's the thing: the reason Skyrim's so approachable compared to Dark Souls is it's
easier.
Simplicity.
Yeah. I don't want to see them go as hard as Dark Souls. I think their bow and arrow is exceptional, but they've got to improve over their melee. And I'm talking about their animations and their not just the animations. Don't you agree that they need to improve on how can you say it? I mean, it's just hack, one button hack. And it's the same way in Fallout. There's really, I mean, it's either block or hit. That's it. There's no other choices. And that's what we've had since Fallout 3. All these other games, and we're not talking about just Dark Souls. We're talking about simplistic games. I mean, you can get the Batman game that 6-year-olds play. Wolfman, come on, and the guy's flipping and doing all kinds of things. Surely Bethesda can do a little bit with combat more, don't you think?
Well, the #2 top selling game of all time is just a hack and slash game.
Hey, Manos said that he was super sweet.
Do you think it's #2 selling just because it's the hack and slash, or because of some of the other things? I mean, Skyrim has a lot going for it, but I don't think the combat is it. Do you?
I mean, you can tweak it, but I don't think it needs to be a full redesign and make it like Diablo and Dark Souls.
I agree with that as well.
Over Diablo and Dark Souls. It's because it's a completely different type of combat system that anyone can approach.
I agree.
You have to spend 30 hours with to get decent at it.
I agree with that as well.
Well,
I would agree with that as well.
If you play Dark Souls right now, I guarantee you it will take you an hour and a half to get through half of the first dungeon.
Zoe says Dark Souls was less complexity and more limiting. The one I have in mind takes the idea of chambering into account. This requires real skill and is easy to get a hold of. Also, it looks very cool. That sounds good to me. I like that. Anything that's easy and it looks cool, hey, I'm for it.
Now, can you translate that into English?
Hey, man,
Dark Souls combat might not work too well in first person, Skyrim Lord 13 says. And I certainly want first person because that's what I play.
That's not Mordor, is it?
No.
Mordor's on Lord of the Rings.
Mano says it doesn't. That's a third-person system. Best type of melee combat you get for first person is in Dishonored games, which, you know, that's interesting, Manos, that you said that, because I am very much liking that Bethesda is doing this. Did you know how Fallout 4 got their shooting system so much better than it was in Fallout 3? I bet Scott and Wolfman know this. Do you know how they improved their shooting system from Fallout 3 to Fallout 4 so much?
It took suggestions.
Graphics.
I know how.
Go ahead.
Because they had their sister company.
There you go.
ID software, however you want to call it. They helped them with their mechanics.
That's right. They got the best company that is a sister company that has the best shooting mechanics of all. They've got id Software that is the first person shooter king to come in and get their shooting mechanics down. Well, just what Manos said, you've got Dishonored, you've got Arcane Studios that has awesome first-person combat. Why don't you get them to come in and help Bethesda Game Studios to retweak their combat? There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big T, you're exactly right. It was id Software. So Zoe, would that be all right if you got Arcane Studios to come in and help Bethesda Studios to redo their combat?
You know,
we're talking melee combat mainly here.
You know, I have a thought.
Go ahead.
And because this just made me curious, because to be honest with you, I don't play Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Fallout New Vegas for the combat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious who does, because to be honest with you, the combat really doesn't mean a lot to me. It's everything else in the game that.
Yeah, it's really secondary. It is secondary.
Combat is like a, you know, it's fun, you know, to run around with you in Appalachia, you know, and shoot things and kill us some Sheepsquatch and stuff. But
I think the exploration is first in Bethesda games.
All day, every day.
Yep.
So I'm just curious as to who's really big on the combat system.
And that was my point to the Wolfman. Skyrim didn't sell because of their combat. It's sold because of the world. And that's what Bethesda does great. Well, their combat is one of their weaknesses. So if they can get that, one of their weaknesses, to get even better for Elder Scrolls 6, then you've got even a better game, which hopefully, and I think they will, since they did that for Fallout 4, since they made their shooting better for Fallout 4, it just stands to reason that they're going to make their combat better in Elder Scrolls 6. And if they did that in Fallout, if they got a sister company to help, hopefully they'll do the same thing for Elder Scrolls. And if we can figure that out, surely they can as well. Is that Ripple talking to me again?
No, that was Lily.
Oh, hey, Lily.
Jack.
Oh, hey, Jack.
Oh, was it Jack?
You say hi.
Hi.
Zoe says, I don't play those games for the combat either, but it's like one of those things that grinds away at me every time as I spend quite some time in it. Exactly, Zoe. When it does come to it, when you do have to do the combat, you're like, come on, this could be better. See, in Skyrim, I use a bow and arrow, so it really doesn't bother me. The bow and arrow is great. I think they do that wonderfully. I think the animation is great. I think all of that is great. So much better than the melee. A lot better than the melee. So it didn't bother me near as bad.
But the simplicity is part of the appeal to it. You don't want a super complicated game where no one else that hasn't been into it before can come into the series.
Well, and I do agree with you to a point. I don't think they need to overdo it. I think that is part of the, and me and Joey Caps was talking about this. Bethesda has a certain nostalgia. They've never been the best graphics. They've never been, they just have this certain feel to the games, you know, and you want to keep that. But that don't mean you want to keep them. That don't mean you can't improve them, you know. You want to make them better.
Yes, but you don't want to completely change the system.
Exactly, yeah. But
is JC scrolling and trolling, or is he not here?
Who?
Joey Caps, JC.
Oh, he's off with his fiance.
Oh, they're having a date weekend.
Yeah, Vault Girl says, "Hey Jack, how's my favorite little co-host doing?"
You say I'm good.
Good.
Let's see. Mano says, yes, thank you, Intruder. Elder Scrolls is not about combat. Looking for deep combat in the Elder Scrolls is like listening to Van Halen for the lyrics. Yes, or listening to goodness, AC/DC for good singing.
I have.
I'm sorry. That was my AC/DC impression.
Like watching Arkansas for the wins.
Hey, that was rude now.
Hey, Scott's trying to talk.
Go ahead, Scott. You got to butt in this family.
All right. So, you know, regardless of when it comes out, there's a rift in the Bethesda community because of Fallout 76. Regardless of what the cause or anything, I'm not trying to debate that or debate anything about the game. I'm just hoping that the next game that comes out from Bethesda Game Studios is something that can help mend the rift.
Mm-hmm.
We could just buy duct tape for some of the YouTubers' mouths, and then that would help mend it.
Yeah, put some duct tape on Maddie and Juicehead.
Heath says, I love Fallout games for the atmosphere and lore. I get to chuckle out the brand names like Radiation King, Sugar Bombs, etc. Zoe says, the system I stated is something known as the pyramid system. It's easy to get into, and for those who wish can become skilled and scratch that itch. Ghost Fixer says, I've been watching a lot of Star Wars Celebration. Absolutely. Heath says, I've heard that if you have one AC/DC album, you actually have all the AC/DC albums.
It's pretty much like any Elvis movie.
Hey!
Oh, Wolfman! You did it!
Take the microphone away from me. Mano says, I have committed rock and roll blasphemy. I need to repent because of my back in black singing. Brandon says, I really think they should add a new combat system like a Mylark shield or something like that would be really cool, but I really don't care about it that much too. Jinsta just laughed out loud. And so he says, now something I want in the Elder Scrolls 6 is a very dark messiah of might and magic type environment usage. Makes you feel like Jack Sparrow. And Celebrity Tribute says, good morning, King. Okay, let's go. It's time to leave. Celebrity Tributes is here.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Oh.
Hey, King.
Yes.
Would you mind if Jack got on and said hi real quick?
Absolutely not.
Okay, just a sec.
Come on, Jack. Get on this show.
Hey, Jack, come on now.
Come on, Jack.
Hi.
Hey, Jack, how are you today?
Good.
Tell everybody what level you're on in Fallout 76.
I'm level 4 on Fallout 76 on the Xbox.
All right, and you like it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for being on the KingCast.
Hey. Jack, tell everybody what you want to be when you grow up.
Do you know what you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah. A cook.
A cook?
A chef.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Well, that is...
I thought it could be a game YouTube host thing. I mean, a cook is awesome, though. I'll give you my address.
Well, that is great. Well, thank you for being on, Jack. I'll see you in the game, okay?
Love you, Jack.
Bye, bud. Mano says, again, Arcane proves that they can do good first-person melee combat. And I've got a question for everybody about Arcane. It's been a little bit since they've done anything. Do y'all think Arcane might have a announcement to make at E3 this year? Do y'all think they might have a project in the works? The last thing they did was Prey. So do you think maybe they have a new game coming? And if they do, what do you think it might be? I don't think there's another Dishonored yet. I don't think it's another Prey yet. So what do you think maybe coming from Arcane? That's very interesting.
A new IP.
I know
awesome.
it.
Like,
I think it is either a new IP or maybe another old game that they've revived again. So I'm very excited because I really like Arcane stuff. Arcane does some very quality stuff. And I'm very interested to see what they do next. I would love to see them do something historic. I've said that often. I would like to see them do
Hold on.
What?
She wants to go on a tangent. So no, come over. You can't laugh your way out of it. Say it again.
Does anybody listen to Garth Brooks? And I have a perfectly good reason for asking that.
I sure do.
Hold on.
Oh, goodness.
How is this playing in any way, shape, or form?
Because it just thundered really, really loud, and I thought, we're going to lose connection. And then that took me to what song, Scott?
The Thunder Rolls.
I do. I love Garth Brooks. I've been listening to him for a really long time.
Hey, when Garth started, before he was big, he was at Barton Coliseum in Little Rock. And it was during the time when you could stand out at your...
Welcome to the KingCast, where we talk about Garth Brooks, and nobody cares.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's the KingCast? Where we get absolutely nothing done.
Stood out of his bus, and he kissed my cheek, and I swore I'd never wash my face again. I thankfully did. but I still have my Air Force sweatshirt he signed back then, and it's probably worth a little bit of money. So,
from Garth Brooks? No.
yes.
No.
Hey, he is the #2 artist, dude. You better step back.
Dude.
Elvis is #1. Elvis #2.
Mano says, don't worry, we're still on video games over here.
I got some non-Bethesda game news.
Tell us.
I love the Watch Dogs series.
Uh-huh.
So there was a leak recently that it's going to be set in London.
Hmm.
So they had Chicago, San Francisco, and now London.
That's neat.
That'd be pretty cool. I like running around hacking and stuff.
Very neat.
Look at some of my older videos all about that online hacking. That's pretty fun stuff. So
Very cool. Last week, and we are bye, Vault Girl. We're about to go anyway. Thank you so much for being here.
bye, Vault Girl.
Last week we talked about Borderlands. We talked about the Outer Worlds. We talked about them being exclusive, Epic Game Store exclusive. Borderlands coming this fall. Outer Worlds coming very soon. I don't know if those games are interesting to you. The Division, how many of you guys are playing the Division right now are going to play the Division? There's so many games.
Right now, I'm not playing much of anything, so...
I'm playing all right.
Let's see. Manos says, speaking of Ubisoft, apparently the next Assassin's Creed game is going to be about Vikings. Yes.
Ooh, sweet.
I still want to play the Odyssey. I've heard a lot of good things about it. See, I'm behind. If Arcane could figure out the chamber, goodness, I can't read all that. How to kick, dodge, area attack with side swipe. I would love it if they helped with TES 6. If Arcane could figure out. Okay. I have perfect examples of all those systems. Zoe, you're up on all that stuff. That's wild. Very, very cool.
Zoe, how old are you?
No.
You don't ask a lady how old they are.
Oh my gracious.
I've played Odyssey. It's pretty fun.
Mano says, play Odyssey. I'm always playing games set in your country. About time you played one set in mine. Have you, tell me about Odyssey real quick before we go. Scott, I didn't know you've played it. I'd love to hear about it. Tell me about it.
So it's set in the time of, I guess, Homer's Odyssey, but anyways,
I didn't know Wolfman was in it.
It's back in that time and era.
Wait! I didn't know Wolfman was in it.
That's funny.
What?
Homer, Wolfman. It's a joke. Go ahead.
It takes place at that time after Assassin's Creed Origins.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you're basically just like the rest of them. You're an assassin, but it's got a really cool story with it. Depending upon the story changes a little bit depending upon if you're the guy or the girl.
I heard this one is the first true big RPG of the series. That
it's the first one with branching paths.
Yeah.
That's all the difference.
And it's the one that's closest to Black Flag and that type. And I really liked Black Flag. That was probably the one that I've played the most. Anyway, Nicholas asks, is id Software its own company, or are they part of Bethesda? And the answer is yes. id Software is
Bethesda. Yes, they're their own company.
id Software is their own company, but Bethesda. Now let me explain this. Bethesda Softworks is a publisher, and they publish id Software, but ZeniMax owns id Software.
how can I explain this? ZeniMax is the.
And you explain it like this: when your kids are 19 and they move out.
Oh,
but then,
the Queen explained it's going to
to
help. Yeah.
For their house, so yes, they live on their own. However, you're still supporting them.
Did that help? No.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
ZeniMax owns.
I'm with you, Dad. No, great.
Thank you. ZeniMax owns all of them. They own Bethesda Game Studios, id Software, Arcane. Y'all help me. Wolfman, help me.
Zoe said
Tango
Game Works. However,
why
if they are
can't
both
Queen?
ZeniMax,
Would you hush?
they're
I'm trying to
responsible.
think. Good grief.
I'm helping you.
No, you're not. Anyway, ZeniMax owns all of those, and Bethesda Softworks publishes the games from all of those. Okay. And it confuses people because Bethesda Softworks has the same name as Bethesda Game Studios, but they are different, okay? Bethesda Softworks is totally different than Bethesda Game Studios. So, Bethesda Softworks is a publisher, and Bethesda Game Studios is a game developer.
It's just like people with the same last name doesn't mean they're related.
I hope that made sense. So, id Software is a game developer, and they are published by Bethesda Softworks, but they are owned by the parent company, ZeniMax. Now, that was a lot of mess, but there you go. So what we think of as Bethesda as a whole is really ZeniMax. Yeah, Zoe says it is part of the publisher, not the game maker. However, as they are both part of ZeniMax, they can share resources.
So I wasn't listening to you.
I'll try to write that down and be better when the Queen's not talking. I was trying to think of all.
At least now I know what it feels like getting interrupted all the time.
I know it is hard, isn't it? I was trying to think of all the companies under ZeniMax. You've got ZeniMax Online Studios, which makes ESO. You've got Arcane, which makes Dishonored and Prey. You've got Tango, which makes The Evil Within. Oh, you got Machine Games, which makes Wolfenstein. You've got Bethesda Game Studios, which of course makes Fallout and The Elder Scrolls.
Machine Games?
Yeah, Machine Games that makes Wolfenstein. Arcane Studios that makes Prey and Dishonored.
And then ZeniMax Online.
Yeah. Who else?
Yep.
Yeah, and then id Software that makes Doom and Rage. Did I miss anybody?
Yeah, id, Arcane, Machine Games, Tango Gameworks, Bethesda Game Studios, and ZeniMax Online as the game developers.
Yeah. My memory's not good, so when I start trying to,
I just googled it, so.
Welcome to the 21st century.
Mano says, "Wow! Now that you've said them all, I realized they have a lot of studios. I've only played BGS and Arcane games. Really? See, I love id. I love id games going all the way back to Doom and the original Rage. I played both of them, and that goes back to one of my things. And I love machine games. I love Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein is another award-winning first-person shooter game. Wolfenstein games are great. Wolfenstein is actually an older first-person shooter than Doom. Did y'all know that? Wolfenstein actually predates Doom as one of the first real first-person shooters ever. So, well, Scott, sorry I didn't get you on earlier, but glad you came on, and I want to get you on again when we can talk some Fallout 76 and get down in the weeds. But I did want to ask you before we get off, what are you thinking of the Sheepsquatch quest line, and do you think there's going to be more content with the Sheepsquatch? That's what I really want to know.
I haven't completely finished the Sheepsquatch. I mean, I did that little bit that we did together.
Mm-hmm.
But so far it's about run of the mill stuff for me. Nothing's. I don't think it's super fantastic, but it wasn't boring. It's definitely fun to do together with friends. I don't know about that. I'm not really sure what their plan for content is with this game. Do we get small bits and pieces? I don't know. I don't think it necessarily will be anything much more than what it already is. I'm looking forward to later in the year when we get a new main
mode. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that new game mode, but also a new main quest line.
Yeah,
that'll be awesome.
Well, now remember this coming Tuesday, we get another quest line called Waste Management, where we go down in the barrows that is under Harper's Ferry. So more new content coming this Tuesday. If you want to know more about it, I released a video on that just a couple days ago. So please go check that out. And I believe there is more content coming to the Sheepsquatch quest line, because there are actual things that was given to us, like some of the taxidermy heads that you cannot unlock. There's no way to unlock them. So I think there are going to be things that are given to us later on in the Sheepsquatch line to unlock those especially. But I'm not going to give y'all any spoilers, but I think there's going to be specific things in the Sheepsquatch line that Bethesda is going to give us more. And if y'all want to know more of what I'm talking about, I'm about to put out a video on the Sheepsquatch itself, diving into that story and why I believe there's going to be more content coming. So y'all be sure and watch for that in the next couple of days. I'm really excited about that, because
watch it, like it, share it.
Yeah, some that have been a little disappointed in how this line ends, you may want to watch this to see why I believe there's more content coming. So, and I like the twist that the Sheepsquatch quest line has. There is a cool twist to the story. So, Scott, good to have you on. Wolfman, it's so great to have you back on the KingCast. You do this more often, okay, bud?
Yes, sir.
Queen, it's good to have you on, I guess. Am I in trouble now?
You were in trouble 30 minutes ago. Now you got
Hey, King, before we go,
yes,
I just want to say thank you for doing this. And this is one of the things that makes gaming so fun nowadays is the community. And I appreciate you and all you do for the Fallout 76 and the Bethesda communities. You're, and I'm really glad to be able to call you friend. So thank you.
I appreciate that.
Oh,
Scott.
that was so sweet. You're awesome.
I appreciate that. And I can't tell y'all how much I enjoy Saturdays and being able to just sit here and talk with y'all. And I'm glad it helps bring the community together. And y'all tell some of your friends and some of the people that likes Fallout and the Elder Scrolls and Bethesda and gaming. Tell them about the KingCast and that we hang out here on Saturdays. And maybe they can hang out with us too, because I know there's more out there that would like this. So, and some of you that's first time, so good to have you. And some that hadn't been here for a while and came back, it's really good to have y'all back. So, absolutely. Y'all remember, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, I would love for you to be one. Hit that subscribe button.
Hey, wait, before we go, Manos, I still need my fan.
Zoe said, King waits for snarky remark silence. Am I in trouble now?
Also,
yes.
Don't forget, KingFanMan has a Patreon, so hit that up.
Oh,
help him out there.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that so much. Since we're all just talking, I will tell you why I do the Patreon. Most of y'all know I have lupus, so I do not. I'm not able to work like I used to. I do have a small church that loves me and tries to take care of me a little bit, but I'm trying to do YouTube to take care of my family. So I have the Patreon and I depend on it. And right now the there's not much coming in. So if you can help at all, I would appreciate for you to become a partner of the KingFanMan channel. So that's the whole story. So y'all go check it out. It's in the link to every one of my videos. And I appreciate you saying that, Scott. Thank y'all for being on the KingCast. Thank you, my queen, for being here and taking all my snarky comments. I love you.
I had 20-something years, babe.
3 Dog, thank you so much for.
Feel the weight in that comment.
I know they used to be a lot cuter. You know, back in the 90s, they were adorable, and I thought, oh, isn't that sweet? And now I'm like,
Again.
Well, bye, my queen. Bye, my wolf man. Tell Miss Ripple I love her as well.
Daddy loves you, Ripple. Okay, she said.
Bye,
guys.
Bye, everybody. I hope to see y'all.
Y'all.
If y'all want to play with me in Fallout 76, just send me a message. I would love
She's
to.
on computer tonight.
Yeah, as long as I'm away from home, I'm on PC only, but I do have PS4 and Xbox when I'm at home. So just send me a message.
We're going to work on getting the PS4 hooked up at the alternate castle.
Yeah, I may have to take it. Yep. Y'all have a good evening. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.